You ever look at a zombie and think, you know what you need? A slide, because that's exactly what I'm building. A base that turns every fall into a one-way trip back to square one. How you doing? I'm Rebel, and welcome back to 7 Days. Today I'm putting together a slippery defense base using one of my most favorite shapes, the narrow blocks. The goal is to make the zombies crawl, fall, and slide their way right back to the start if they slip up. If it works, we got infinite fun. If it fails, I might be the one getting flushed down the slide. I've already got a demo built up just so that I could show you exactly what the narrow blocks do. And if you're looking for the blocks, if you go into shape, unclick the basic tab, and then type in narrow, it is these top 4 blocks here. The wedge narrow tip, wedge narrow low, wedge narrow middle, and wedge narrow high. These 4 blocks combined, stacked on top of each other, can create something that looks like this. So that's the wedge narrow tip, middle, full, and then high down there. You use it stacked on top of each other to create like a slide basically. And you can cap these off. It lines up perfectly with that wedge narrow high lines up perfectly at the bottom with just your standard blocks. So you could have just a small little slide, but it'll actually lead all the way down to the bottom. So for whatever reason, the zombies think they can pass this. And if you're careful, with a little bit of assistance, I can pass it myself. But the zombies always think that they can pass it. So if I throw in a couple feral Arlenes, run over to the side, they'll make their way up, come over to the wedge, and then just instantly fall. Kind of works every time. This is my version of the narrow dropper. I never really used the, was it like the wedge 60 tip, I think, is the other version of the narrow, or of the, that's like the Woodle version of the zombie dropper. I typically use these because it just works out great. Doesn't really matter what type of zombie you have. If I throw in, let's get a couple ferals, maybe some bows. I want ferals though. The bowler, and maybe, I don't want to do a cop because that's projectile. Inmates. There we go. That'll work. Who knows? So it doesn't really matter what type of zombie comes up. They all just keep continuously trying to cycle through and falling. Now, obviously, they're not taking a 15 block fall. So they are going to go into destroy everything mode and beat away at the bottom of the base. But for trying to get the zombies just to keep cycling through and keep falling over and over and over again, this is my method of what works. Alright, clowns. We've had enough of you. Thank you. I appreciate your assistance. This block offers us many different possibilities that you can use in horde bases. Obviously, you can use it as a zombie dropper where the zombies jump up and just fall right down. But that's not how I'm going to be using it in this design. I think what I'm going to do is using it as more of a backboard so that when I knock the zombies off their pathway, they're flushed right back to the start of the base. I'm not trying to build an AFK base, but you could see how simple it would be. You just stack the smaller blocks on top of the larger blocks until the zombies have a 15 block fall. Put a trap at the bottom and a trap at the top to help get rid of the zombies quicker. Make it 3 to 6 blocks wide. I think this one's 4. Yeah, 4 blocks wide. Put something on top to deal with the birds. You're done. Easy peasy. No, my design is more like this. The zombies will climb up the stairway. Come over this way. Climb up some more. Come over here. There's going to be a pathway leading this way. Another path this way, then my fighting position is going to be built up in that center area until they reach here. Once they reach here, I knock them off. The zombies land on the narrow blocks, get sent all the way back, have to climb up the stairs, start again. Pretty easy design. I say that now, but building this is about to get real complicated. Let's start with the zombie slide. I'm going to build this out. Couple blocks, switch over to the smaller block. I already got the shape copied. Copy rotation, build this out a couple blocks, switch over to the next smallest block, copy rotation, and then once you get to this point, you're basically expanding your slide, so you have to switch back to the narrow block, the smallest one, and then to keep it from having that concave or that centered area, the cutout area, you just take a normal block and throw it behind it. Alright, you guys are gonna have to help me out a little bit. Before the start of this video, I was messing around with a bunch of different audio settings. I hate messing around with audio settings. I hate messing around with any settings. Once it's working, I want it to stay that way. But I just got done messing around with a bunch of different audio settings just to make sure that you guys are getting the best quality. And I want to be clear, before I say anything else, I want to be clear. All of the advice and suggestions that you guys have given me throughout, I think, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years, however long I've been doing this, I can't thank you enough for. Without you guys giving me the suggestions of change this, add this, fix this, make this different, make this better, like, without your suggestions, there's no way I'd be where I'm at today. And I know, I'm a nobody, and that's okay. I'm still little fish in YouTube's big ocean, so I'm totally okay with that. I just owe you guys a great debt of appreciation for everything that you guys have suggested for me. With that said, I hate messing with audio. Audio is one of those things that's so finicky where if you change one little thing, it throws everything off, and I am a firm believer of audio being more important than video. If you go to a movie theater, they have one screen, one projector, and typically the quality of that screen and projector, yes, it's HD, but typically the quality of it is not great. It's not bad, it's a little bit grainy, and that's normal because you're going from a projector that's 100 feet away to a movie screen. So there's one projector, one screen, and like 50 speakers surrounding you. If that doesn't tell you how important audio is, I don't think anything will. I believe that audio is far more important than video, so that's why I hate messing around with it. I can watch a 480p video or TV show, but if it's got bad audio, not watching it. Sorry, can't do it. I want you guys to feel welcome, encouraged even, to if you see something that's wrong with my videos, and I don't care how small the detail is, if you're like, hey, at 13 minutes and 10 seconds into your video, it got a little fuzzy. That's cool. I can take a look at that 13 minutes and 10 seconds and see if there was something that I did, or if it was just some sort of speed fluke or something like that. So, to the people that did tell me that I was coming in too quiet, is it better? So what I adjusted was my compressor rate. I think I either had it set too low or too high, I don't remember. I think it was set too low so that it doesn't trigger right when I need it to trigger. So in other words, if I'm talking really quiet, I'm not really making a whole lot of noise, you could still hear me. That's what should be different. But if I'm talking in a normal voice, everything should sound normal. Basically, it's normaling out the two volumes. I think that's what it does. And I do have a bad habit. I wouldn't say it's a bad habit. I have a habit of when I'm in a POI or when I'm in some form of quiet area that I'll see zombies. Just as an example, I'll run through a POI and I'll see zombies and they haven't been alerted. I'll do, stay safe. Don't make any noise. Be quiet. We're going to try to be sneaky. And if I do that, makes it harder for you guys to hear, I think. So I think just by doing that and raising the overall volume, those are the two things that I did. I raised the compression rate and I changed the overall volume to be slightly higher. So I'm hoping that that's what it does. I'm hoping that that's what fixes the issue that you guys were saying about me being too quiet. Keeping my fingers crossed. You're gonna have to let me know. But honestly, I just really appreciate your guys' help. Without your advice and suggestions, I'd probably still be sitting at like 30 subs and making videos for me, myself, and I, and the 30 people who watched. And I never expected, in all honesty, I never expected anything to come of this. The fact that there's over 2,000 people here, it blows my mind. And here's the other aspect too, is I don't care if you've been here since day one or if you're brand new to the channel. If you see something wrong, you are more than welcome to make a suggestion, a comment, any advice. I'll take it. I'm not perfect. I'm not pretending to be perfect. I got a long way to go and a lot to learn. So any advice or tips or suggestions that anybody gives me is always welcome. And I don't try to promote this too often because I don't want a whole bunch of negative comments just to get the reaction. But I respond to everybody. If it's a positive comment, I'm responding. If it's a negative comment, I'm responding. It kind of goes against what YouTube tells you should do. According to YouTube, if you get a negative comment on your video, it should just be ignored or deleted. How you doing, buddy? Doing what I do, I've learned to take a lot of the emotion out of the actual comment is the wrong word, but I've learned to take emotion out of the equation and actually see what somebody was saying. So for example, the worst, like, I don't even know if you can consider it a hate comment. It was more of like a hate statement. The worst comment I ever got was something along the lines of, I'm a douche, and you shouldn't take advice from me. And it was like to the other commenters, like, hey, this guy's a douche and his hat's stupid and you shouldn't take advice from him. That was like the gist of what he was saying. Okay, I mean, everybody's got their opinion. I'm not gonna fault him on that. Like, you think I'm a douche? Okay, that sounds good. But then he went on to say after that, this is where it gets funny, some of the information was good, but you shouldn't listen to me. And I'll tell you this, that was like right when I was first starting out with YouTube, like one of my first few videos. And to be fair, and still am, I still get nervous when I hit that record button. So to be fair, he wasn't wrong. It was kind of douchey, kind of awkward, not really knowing what I'm doing. I get it. So no hate. If you take the emotion out of the situation, that comment tells me a couple things. One, you need to relax a little bit. Can't be sitting there uptight playing the game. This is what you should be doing. And I don't know if I ever really was fully like that, but told me you need to relax a little bit. And it also told me, change my hat every once in a while. I wore the same hat for like 30 videos straight. And now I'm wearing this hat, probably be for like 100 videos straight. But I have multiple of these. Now I feel like a douche because I feel like I'm promoting my own products, which wasn't the point of this at all. Besides the point, if you send me a negative comment, I'm gonna respond and I'm gonna take what you say, take the emotion out of it, and try to gain from it, try to benefit from it in some way. That's what I was trying to say. I still feel like a douche for even mentioning the fact that I have merchandise. If you want merchandise, it's down there. If you don't, ignore it. That's perfectly fine. I'm not expecting anybody to buy, purchase anything. I literally wanted the store for my own personal use. That's it. But yeah, now I've gone all quiet while I'm building this base because I definitely feel like a douchebag for even mentioning that I have products in a store. And I know that's, according to YouTube, that's what I'm supposed to do. And I just now realized I have a stairway up right here. This stairway leads to nothing now. I'm gonna have to build a pathway to those stairs. Alright, I got confused by my own blocks. How the heck did I do that? Alright, I think that covers the pathway. So, the zombies have one way of entering, which is right here. But once they enter, they're kind of stuck. So, they run up the pathway, turn either left or right, doesn't matter. Then they make their way up the stairs. Hopefully they don't beat on the stairs. There is a tip that Pseudoposse put out to make them not beat on the stairs as much. I'm not using it. I probably should. In their stair section, they have this stairs-filled corner, right? So if you put these down, looks just like stairs, right? But that doesn't stop the zombies from beating away at them. The zombies, for whatever reason, in this update are attracted to stairs. I don't get it. I think he said it was the exact same thing, the exact same position right here. Cube corner 1, cube corner 2. The exact same spacing. You can't even tell them apart. If you use these cubes rather than the stairs, zombies have a less likely chance of beating away at your stairs. So if you're building horde bases and they're constantly beating at your stairs, try these cubes out. Seem to work out for him. I haven't tried them out yet. I think I want to extend this out. Yeah, let's try this. It's not set up the way I want it to. I want this to go past here, which means I have to raise everything up a little bit. All right, I had to change the design up a little bit because the way that I had it set up, when the zombies fell off the pathway, and I didn't test it, it was just from my visual looking at it. So if the zombies fell off the pathway, like right here, they get hit with the slide, get pushed back, and then they have to work their way back that way. I'm actually kind of scared because I didn't take any damage with that. And then if the zombies get pushed back this far, I'm gonna have to put in a electric trap down here somewhere just to make sure that the zombies don't go into destroy everything mode. Maybe right at the bottom of the stairs. That might work. I think that is the downside of making slides, is because they're on a gradual slope, they don't really take damage. So even if I jump, no damage. Look at that. That's also... There's another use for it. If you're having a hard time building a base and for whatever reason you can't get, or you need to get down a slope really quick, just build one of these narrow pathways. And I seen in one of Neebs' recent videos, if you guys watch Neebs' videos, they did a underground tunnel. I'm not spoiling anything. If you haven't seen it yet, it's their Horde base, their Horde Night video. But they did a tunnel and they used these blocks. They're the normal wedge blocks. If they would have used these narrow blocks placed normally on their end, it would have solved a lot of their problems. All right, I think I got this set up in a way that's convenient. But one thing I definitely want to add, a robo, just to help with knocking them off the edge. All right, so I see 2 making their way towards the stairs, 3 making their way towards the stairs. There's 1 zombie out there that's just wandering, which is fine, because she might have just been far. And the robo's not going to work because I'm too far away. There we go. She falls down. Ma'am. You know, I'm going to leave it as it is. Because of Robo, they're getting chucked past the zombie pit, and that's fine. As long as they can make their way back in, I don't have a problem with it. Because when I'm stabbing them, they're not going to be taking those giant, long Robo plunges. Yeah, I'm going to have to put something down here to... Maybe I don't need anything. None of them are going into destroy everything mode. Now the only thing left is to build up our barrier, paint it, make it look nice, and send in the horde. I was going to put in an electric fence post down below, or some spikes or blade traps down below in the pit, but they seem to be cycling great just as is, so why change it if it's working great? So 1 electric fence post and 2 lights. And through the power of editing, just like that, the base is painted. Luckily for you guys, you won't have to see me rage for about 3 hours while I try to fix my computer. I don't know what happened. I was in the middle of recording and OBS just said, hey, I'm going to stop recording all of your footage and corrupt all your files. But I was able to get it fixed, so nothing's wasted. So what I want the zombies to do is run up the stairs, turn, choose either the right or left path. Doesn't matter to me, whichever one they want. Go up this staircase, turn, go down the narrow walkway, and either get knocked off here by a rifle from me or ranged weapon from me, get slowed down by the electric fence post, hopefully causing the zombies to bunch up and push other zombies off. And once they get hit with the robotic sledge, hopefully they'll fall off, fall all the way down, get turned around, and have to start right back over from the start. At least that's what I'm hoping happens. I got the generator running with 2 switches, one controlling the electric fence post and the other controlling the 4 lights. I added 2 more lights just so we have lights in the back, so that I can see them as they're coming up. But no sense stalling any further. Dev mode off, creative mode off. Go through my inventory. I got the spear, the club, the pistol, the 44, auto shotty, SMG, tactical assault rifle, lever action shotgun, enough ammo for an army. We got concrete for repairs, repair kits to repair any weapons, a cast in case I fall, and additional first aid bandages along with first aid kits, bacon and eggs, yucca juice, a nail gun, and then this electrical parts and forged iron is just to repair. I have to get the right angle. to repair that electric fence post. I don't know if I can reach it or not, so it might just be burned after we're done. Let's set time. Day 70. 21:58. I wonder if there's anything that I'm forgetting, because I always forget something. Welcome to the Slip and Die Horde base. Are they all going to spawn from the opposite direction? I don't see anybody yet. Hey, there you are. No, I missed. Oh, they're already making their way up. Hopefully this goes as planned. You're already too close, sir. Can you go away? I built a slide for you to try. It's nice and fun. Enjoy. Arlene, you're going down. Look at that step. You're about to fall. Oh, Robo gotcha. Look at all these Arlenes just hanging out, having a good time. Nobody said you can hang out up here. This isn't the area where we hang out. Nice try, buddy. I saw you revving up. Mama, welcome. You want to go down my slide? Have fun. Now, the question is, are they going into destroy everything mode? Are they all cycling the way they should be? Man, he must have been wearing a bulletproof vest. That cop took a lot of beatings. Arlene, Twitchy Tom, Tom Clark, businessman, skater, biker with the hops. Enjoy your trip, buddy. So this is the part of the Horde Night that I love. Everything seems to be working out perfectly. Zombies are coming up, cycling through, falling down. Robo's on it, electric fence post is on it. Working out great. And then one demolisher is gonna show up and ruin the entire party. There's the demolisher. I just saw one. I don't know where he went. He must have taken a ride down the slide real quick. That demo is not having a... Well, he's either not having a good time or he's having an amazing time with the slide, because he just keeps coming up and falling right down the slide. Oh, we got some charged zombies. Hey, there he is. How you doing, buddy? Are you enjoying the slide time? Let me help you out. Robo knows how much you love it. Alright, hour and a half into Horde Night. We should probably check our repairs. Here comes Demo. Down goes Demo. I'm telling you, he just likes the slide. That's all it boils down to. He's down there having a great time. There he is. Silly guy. I would like to take a moment to personally thank every single one of these zombies for being my crash test dummies. You're providing me valuable data that I can put up against even dumber designs. Oh no, you don't. That slide is a one-way ticket, not a shortcut to my face. He went flying. He just got chucked. How you guys doing? You having a good time? Everybody bring their tickets? This guy. Go away, will ya? Crazy spiders. Janitor, welcome. Goodbye. Got hit by Robo on the way down. Arlene, where did you come from? You literally just appeared out of nowhere. That looked painful. She got shot, flung back, got hit by a Robo, and then went down the slide. Hey, stop it. I'm telling you, man, Robo Sledge, best weapon in the game. Let me see if I can get this. I don't think, I think it's too far. I can't repair my... Yeah, I thought it was going to be too far. I never tested the distance of the electric fence post, so I guess our electric fence post is just burned out. I think it was that one. We got 2 hours left of this. As long as the demolisher doesn't show up and blow up in my face, or a cop doesn't explode in my face, I think this base is sturdy enough, and Robo is enough of a overpowered weapon to take care of everything that needs to be taken care of. The little ones that he does let go through, I can handle. You know, some of my bases, I feel like I should charge a mission to. It's a fun time for you guys. You get to climb all the way up here and then slide all the way down. And then you can do it as many times as you want. Bring the whole family. Everybody's welcome. Except for maybe that guy. Lab worker, it's not often I get to see you, so I appreciate your presence. Soldier, I appreciate your service. Ashley, or Bernie, whatever you want to call him, still haven't decided. Ashley because of, you know, ash, they're burned. And Bernie because they're burning. You know who I haven't seen this Horde night? Thanks, Robo. I haven't seen boogers. There's been no boogers at this base so far. I've been steadily taking them all out. I'm surprised none of them have spawned in. That guy. Man, you know, it's nights like this night that make you appreciate the little things. Like not dying and falling off my own base and crumbling to my death. These guys all had it coming. None of them, she did. None of the other guys paid the admission fee. How many times is it gonna take for you guys to realize that every once in a while, I have a good idea and can build a decent Horde base? Not often. Not all the time, but I'm usually pretty good. It's all the little things I forget. Like spikes on my roof, which there are spikes on the roof of this one. You guys still cycling through, but now you're walking? I don't feel like waiting. Let's go. Get a move on. Come on. Knees to chest. Start running. Let's get you guys taken care of. Yeah. Can y'all go away now? I won. You lost. Give up. Alright, I'm gonna head down, take care of the rest of these guys, because I'm tired of waiting. I hear footsteps, though, so I know they're close. Get rid of this guy. I think he's the last one. At least one of the last ones. Making all that noise. Hey, look at that. They busted up some stairs. Maybe I should have used the stairway. There you are. I'm coming to help you out, buddy. Put you out of your misery. You didn't have your ticket. Looks like the slip and die base is officially zombie proof. The undead spent more time sliding down my ramps than actually attacking. A few got close, but if your base doesn't make your palms sweat at least a little bit, did you really survive Horde night? But that's gonna wrap up this episode. The base held, I didn't die, and that's what I call a good night. If you enjoyed the chaos or just like watching zombies fail miserably, you know the rest of the deal. Like, share, comment, subscribe, notification bell. I'll see you in the next episode. Peace, I'm out of here.